All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to talk about an idea that's absolutely fundamental to any democracy: public transparency. It's this core principle that lets us, the citizens, actually see what our governments are up to.
And to really get this, there's a classic quote that just perfectly sets the stage for everything we're about to cover.
I mean, what a powerful way to put it, right? Justice Brandeis was basically saying that corruption and shady dealings, they thrive in the dark. So the best way to stop them is to shine a huge public spotlight on everything the government does. This one metaphor, it's the bedrock of our whole conversation today.
So, what does public transparency actually mean in the real world? Well, it's the right for every single citizen to get their hands on government information. But, and this is so important, it's not just about, publishing some act in an official gazette somewhere. Real transparency means that information has to be easy to find, easy to understand, and actually useful to you.
Let's make this super concrete. Imagine your city decides to build a new hospital. Now, in a black box government, you just see some construction fences go up. You have no clue what it costs, who got the contract, or when it's supposed to be finished. But in a transparent government, all of that is online. You can pull up the contract, see the full budget, check the project timeline. You can actually follow your tax money at work. I mean, the difference is just night and day.
Now, this whole concept isn't just some nice philosophical idea. In a lot of places, it's been turned from a principle into a cold, hard legal right. Let's see how that works.
A fantastic example of this is Brazil's Access to Information Law. They call it the LAI, from back in 2011. This law was a total game changer. It basically flipped the whole script and set a new default rule for the government. Everything is public. Secrecy? Well, that's now the rare exception, and you better have a really good legal reason for it. And this law gives citizens two kinds of superpowers. First, you've got passive transparency. Think of this as your right to ask. You can go to any public agency and request specific information, and they legally have to get back to you. Then there's the other side of the coin, which is maybe even more powerful: active transparency. This is the government's duty to just put key information out there: budgets, contracts, salaries, proactively online for anyone to see anytime without even asking.
So what does this active transparency look like when it's done right? Let's check out one of the world's pioneering examples.
Say hello to Brazil's Portal de Transparência, or the Transparency Portal. This thing was launched way back in 2004, and the whole goal was to create one single user-friendly website where any citizen could go and see exactly how their federal government was spending public money.
And the sheer scale of this thing is just mind-blowing. The portal has over 545 million individual pieces of information, tracking trillions in public funds. That's a kind of massive data trove that was once completely hidden away, but is now just a few clicks away for everybody.
And what's really crucial here is that this wasn't just some one-and-done project. Oh no, the portal grew and evolved over time. It started in 2004 with just basic info on money transfers. Then, in 2005, boom, they added direct spending and contracts. A few months later, they added spending on government credit cards. It's a living, breathing tool that just keeps getting better. Okay, so we've got laws, and we've got these amazing online portals. That means transparency is just a simple light switch, right? It's either on or it's off. Well, as you can probably guess, it's actually way more nuanced than that.
And that brings us to a really, really important question. Is all transparency created equal? And the short answer is absolutely not. So let's break down the different shades of transparency that you'll run into out in the wild.
First up, you've got the gold standard: full transparency. This is the dream. The information isn't just out there, it's also in a format you can actually use. Think of those amazing open data portals where you can just download a whole spreadsheet and start analyzing it yourself. The data is both visible and useful.
Next up is one that I guarantee we've all experienced: nominal transparency. This is when the info is technically public, but it's basically useless. You know when you find the exact report you need, but it's a blurry, scanned, 100-page PDF from 1998 that you can't even copy text from? Yeah, that's nominal transparency. You can see it, but you can't really do anything with it.
Then we have conditional transparency. Here, the info isn't just posted online for everyone. To get to it, you have to take an extra step, like filing a formal Freedom of Information request. This is pretty common for things that involve personal data or details of an ongoing court case, where access is limited to a need-to-know basis.
And finally, we have the most complex one, and it sounds like a total paradox: transparency in secrecy management. Okay, so for legit state secrets, think national security, the information is obviously restricted. So where's the transparency? It's in the rules. It means having clear, public, democratically decided rules about why something is secret, who gets to decide that, and for exactly how long. It's about being transparent about the process of secrecy itself.
So, after going through all that, you might be thinking, why do these different shades even matter? What's the real-world takeaway here? Well, let's do a super quick recap. We started with that idea of sunlight. We saw how laws give us the right to ask and give government the duty to publish. We saw how tools like Brazil's portal make it all real. And most importantly, we learned that transparency isn't just on or off. It comes in all these different shades.
And here's the bottom line, the big so what. Knowing about these shades is what empowers us. It takes us from just vaguely demanding more transparency to making really smart, specific, and effective demands. We can start asking not just for more data, but for the right kind of data. Data that's actually fully transparent and usable. We can question why some info is only conditional and demand clear rules for anything that's being kept under wraps.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Now that you can spot these different shades, from that bright, clear sunlight of full transparency to the frustrating haze of nominal data, what kind of light do you see shining on the government in your own community or in your country? And what are you going to do with that knowledge?